Yep. Hello, everyone. This is iBUG Buzz. Okay, that should be enough of that. Hello, everyone. This is iBUG Buzz for April 25th, 2022, episode 531. I'm Terry, one of the moderators for this evening's meeting, along with Sandhya, who will help me out this hour, and then she'll come in next hour, and I will help her out along with a couple of other people as well. This is an open forum for questions or comments or helpful tips regarding iPhones, iPads, iPod touches, Apple watches, or Apple TVs. And it's also a place where you can come to, if you wish to become more proficient in the use of the accessibility features of any of these devices. Welcome to anyone who has joined us here or who is listening to the rebroadcast of this meeting. Just a few reminders of things to be aware of. If you want to, we ask that you mute yourself when you're not speaking. And in order to do that, if you're going to mute or unmute, there are ways to do it according to the device that you have. If you're using an iPhone, there is a toggle button at the left bottom corner of your screen. If you're using an iPad, you'll find that toggle button for muting and unmuting at the top center of your screen. If you're using a Windows PC, you're going to use Alt-A to mute or unmute. With a Mac, it's Command-Shift-A. And also with the Mac and the PC, you can use the space bar as a push to talk kind of a toggle. So you press the space bar to unmute and you release it to mute yourself again. And if you're using a landline phone, you want to press star followed by the number 6. With the Zoom format that we are using, when you mute yourself, a host can't unmute you, so you have to do that yourself. But there are instances perhaps when the host can send you a prompt inviting you to unmute yourself if that becomes necessary. But so just reminder, when you're not speaking, we like you to remain muted. Since we do not use Zoom's raised hand feature, when you want to ask or answer a question, wait until there's an opening and then say your name, and then wait again to be recognized and acknowledged by either Sandhya or myself. We ask that you not speak or make comments while others are speaking. Minimize your background noise, such as the sounds of screen readers, background conversations, TVs, clocks chiming, etc., etc. And since we want to involve as many participants as we possibly can in this forum, we encourage those of you who are new to these discussions to speak up if you have a question or if you have some helpful tip or some information regarding someone else's question. And I think that covers everything that I needed to remind you of right at this point. But so we will be going on to find out who's here. But before we do that, I want to turn things over to Sandhya, who will let us know what's happening in the iBUG world this week.
All right. Thank you, Terry. And yes, we have another busy week ahead of us. All right. So We are, as you know, currently in the iBUG Buzz on Monday, and then tomorrow we'll have a mini buzz on Clubhouse. And all times that I mentioned are Central Time. That'll be from 5 to 6. So if we don't get your question answered today, or you think of some brilliant question or any question in the middle of the night, bring it tomorrow and we will help you out. Then that's on Clubhouse. Then in the evening, we have our Mac and Talk, and that will be from 7 to 8:30 on this same Zoom conference line. And remember, any of our Zoom events use the same conference line, so that makes it easier. Wednesday, we are off. And then Thursday is going to be the egg extravaganza. And there we will be talking about, with this is part of It's iBUG's Life. And there will be, focuses on independent living skills. And we're going to be talking about everything you can do with an egg. All right. Except throwing them at people's houses. We are not encouraging that behavior. So that's on your own time. All right. So that will be on Zoom, and that will be from 6 to 8 p.m. Central Time. Then Friday is iBUG Night at the Virtual Movies, and we will discover what that movie will be at the midway halftime show. So stick around till the top of the hour and we will get those clues and we can find out what the movie is. All right. And with that, let's see. Oh, how did I forget? We have our drawing. Yes. So we are getting closer and closer to the drawing day, which will be May 21st. So a little less than a month away. Still plenty of time to make a donation of $10. We'll get you a chance to have one ticket and possibly win the $500 gift card to the Apple Store. And then you can improve your chances by making a donation of $50 and get 6 tickets. And today I had the lovely question of, what if I want to buy more? And I'm like, of course you can buy more. It's not limited to 50 tickets, to $50. So if you want to support us and make additional donations, or that is totally fine. So we appreciate your support. Thank you so very much. And the information about how to purchase those tickets is available on our website. And you might say, where or what is your website? Okay, it's ibugtoday.org, ibugtoday.org. That's where you can get all the information. There's a handy dandy upcoming tab, and that's where you can find out everything that's coming up for the month. You can register. It doesn't cost anything to register. None of our services come with a cost. So register, and then you'll be sure to get all the notifications of our upcoming events. And under the training tab, you can find various descriptions of all the different services that I've just mentioned. Then podcast, if you go to the podcast tab, you can go back and review all of our sessions. So there are a couple of different ways you can review our various training sessions. You can listen to them on the website. You can listen to them on YouTube. You can listen to them on your favorite podcasting app. If you want to listen to them with the A Lady or use the SIRI, so you got all kinds of options. So we hope you avail yourself of one of those. Then we have a Facebook page, facebook.com/group/iBUG There you can post questions and help answer other people's questions between these various training sessions. So there's lots of opportunities to help one another and learn. Then we have Twitter @iBUGtoday. Definitely check it out. And if you would like to correspond with us, you can always send an email to ibugtoday@gmail.com. I think that does it for right now, Terry Ann. So I'll hand it back to you.
All righty. It is so wonderful that we have all these options for checking in to the various events we have, and to going to the website and finding out different ways of getting things. And we have the social media platforms. So this is there are no excuses. You've got so many different ways to be a part of and in touch with iBUG. So we hope you'll avail yourself of any or all of those things. So now it's time to find out who is here this evening on our call. And so let's see, I think everybody is unmuted, Sandhya. So we can invite people to introduce yourselves. And if you're a first time participant, tell us what Apple products you use and how you heard about iBUG. So who would like to, well, let's see, I'll start. I am Terry from Arlington Heights, Illinois.
Kirby in Houston.
Janet and Janet
Let's
and
see.
oh,
Janet,
go ahead, Parmy.
Parmy, Houston.
Okay, and Janet?
Janet from Colorado, and nice job, Terry.
Well, thank you and welcome.
Alfreda from Montgomery, Alabama. I use
Hello, Al.
I
Oh,
use
are
an
you a
iPhone.
first-time user? Oh, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
I use the iPhone 8 Plus, and I heard about you guys through Parmy.
Welcome. Very good. We're glad to have you with us, and we hope you'll come back next week too. You know, we're here every Monday night, so glad to have you with us here.
Good job, Parmy. Good job.
Yay, that's right.
She's our recruiter. All right. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
In Houston.
There's
Who was it? In
Claudia.
Houston?
Claudia.
Claudia, welcome.
Ain't
who else?
no, first timer.
Hey. Oh, you're a first timer, sure. And my name is Methuselah. Yeah, right.
Just
Welcome,
Keith and
Dana.
Kyle.
Hey, hello there, Keith and Kyle. Who else is with us this evening?
Bridget from Atlanta.
Welcome, Bridget. And somebody else was chiming in there.
Alice from Alabama.
Yay, welcome, Alice.
Thank you.
All right, who else do we have with us tonight? I know there are others out there.
Thomas from Grand Junction, Colorado.
Welcome, Thomas, another Colorado person.
Ned from Texas.
Hello there, Ned.
Thank you.
Hello, Roy from Fort Worth.
There's Mr. Roy. Welcome.
Suva from Houston.
Hello there, Suva.
Hey.
Helene from Woodstock, New York.
Hello there, Helene. Oh, are you back in New York now?
Yes, I sure am.
Wow. Well, glad you made it back safe and sound, and glad to have you with us again this evening.
This is Sandhya in Houston.
Hello there, Sandhya. Anyone
Greg
else?
in Texas.
Hello there, Greg. Lots of people from Texas today.
Linda from Texas.
Hello there, Linda.
Hi.
Anyone else?
Jody from New Hampshire.
Hello there, Jody.
Hi, Terry.
Marvin from Chicago.
Ah, good. Another person from Illinois. Hello there. Is it Marvin?
Yes,
Is your name Marvin?
Yeah, Marvin.
Yes. Okay. Welcome. Anyone else? All right. Keep in mind that we will have an opportunity after the halftime presentation for others who join us to come in and say who you are. So we'll move on for now. And I think we're now ready for questions, for the first question of the evening. And remember, there are no dumb questions except for the ones you don't ask. So do we have anybody new perchance? I know we have some, at least one new person, but do we have some, anybody who maybe has not ever asked a question before in this forum who has a question? either somebody who is brand new to the group, or maybe someone who's just been with us, just a few times and who hasn't asked a question yet. Okay, hearing nothing there. Who else who has asked a question before, who might have a new question for this evening to start us off?
Army. Bridget from Atlanta.
Okay, I hear, is it Parmy with a P?
Yes, ma'am.
Parmy, we'll start with Parmy's question and then we'll go to you, Bridget. So hang in there.
Okay,
Go ahead, Parmy.
been trying to set a reminder on my phone that will actually remind me. I did one tonight for 7:10 p.m. to see if it'll work, and it did not work. So I need to know how to properly set up a reminder.
Okay, who can help Parmy out with setting a reminder on her phone?
This is Jody.
Yes, Jody, go ahead.
Well, you have two choices. You can go to the reminder app and add it there, or you can ask Siri to just, what you say is set reminder for Monday night at 7 p.m. for iBUG, and then she will come back and say your reminder has been, your reminder's been added.
All right. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so when I set it like that, so she's gonna probably chime at 7 p.m. to let me know,
Yes.
and not before.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and this is Terry. If you want it to be set ahead of the actual time, then you would say set a reminder for 6:55 or 6:50 or whatever. And that's how you could make that happen. And then if you wanted her to remind you again at 7 o'clock, you could then set a second reminder. So you can have more than one reminder at a time. So that's one way to get around that as well. Good question. All right, then Bridget, you have a question, is that correct?
Yes, first of all, that question was good because I needed to know that. But my question is a simple question. I want to know, I'm on my board mobile now, my taps are not taking. So I know it can be many things, but maybe one or two things that it could be that I can check out.
Okay, I'm not quite sure I'm understanding the question.
Okay, when I'm on my board mobile trying to tap something, it's not taking. And even when I hit it hard, and I usually don't have to hit it that hard, hit it hard and it's still not taking. So I know it can be many reasons, but anyone have maybe one or two reasons it could be why my keyboard is not working, my taps, not my keyboard, but when I'm tapping.
All right,
This is Chanel.
Yes, Chanel, go ahead.
So when are you trying to play a book and it's not playing, or is there, excuse me, is there anything else that you're specifically trying to do and it's just not doing? Because I'm having some trouble with Bard myself today, but it may not be the same issue. So, what are you trying to do that it's not doing when you tap?
Well, I'm trying to download a book, but it's not tapping at all. I'm trying to go to get books and it's not tapping. Then when I go to search the collection, it's not tapping again anything at all. And I haven't had that problem, but here recently I'm having that problem.
This is Chanel, I'm sorry.
Yes,
is it
that's all right.
okay
Go
to talk
ahead.
again?
Of
Okay,
course.
I've actually had that problem too. I was searching for a book today and I would type on my keyboard and I tried putting in the DB number. I've never done that before, but I thought I'd try it. I tried put in the title and I would get the keyboard, but then once I would search or even try to go look for the go button, sometimes I couldn't even find the go button and it would just go away and then I'd be taken back to the status bar at the top. So I'm not sure if that's your trouble, but for me it doesn't let me complete the search. Is that your
Yes.
trouble?
Yes, one of them, yes.
One of them.
And I
Okay.
haven't had that problem before.
Okay, it sounds like though you're having some other problems too, and I haven't found a workaround, so I'm not sure. I've been trying a couple things, but um, I will report back here if I figure out something.
This
This
is
is
Keith Dana.
Oh, lots of people. Let's see, who was the first woman I heard?
this is Janet from Colorado.
Yes, go ahead, Janet, and then Keith, and then Dana.
Okay, I was gonna say they came out with a new version of Bard a couple weeks ago, so it might be a bug that someone might want to report to Apple about. I haven't played around much with the Bard app. I use it, but I don't download books onto it. I put things on my wish list, and I have my Bard set up on my Humanware stream, and so I go download them through my Humanware stream. So. So it might be a bug. You might try uninstalling it and reinstalling it as well. That's just my thoughts.
All right, very good. That sometimes is a good solution. All right, then let's see, who was up next? Was Keith, was it?
Yes. Thanks, Terry. A couple of general tips when things don't work, buttons don't work. And with these updates, turning voiceover off and back on sometimes jars stuff loose. But I've also noticed here lately, and not specifically in the Bard app, but some of the other apps, that buttons do not actually work unless I get the screen in focus that the button is on. Like if I just swipe down to a button and then double tap, it doesn't necessarily activate. But if I just put one finger on the screen and explore the screen and actually manually put the focus on that button and then double tap, sometimes it activates, and sometimes here lately even tapping on it once or twice, so I'm not so sure it's just Bard. I think maybe it's just some bugs in this operating system, but those are some just quick things to try that maybe something will shake loose.
This is Suva.
And let's see, Dana.
Yeah.
Dana, yeah. Yeah, I was just going to say you might want to try powering your phone off and wait a little bit and then turn it back on. Sometimes that helps. It's happened to me before too, and I've done that, and it works.
All right, and let's go to Suba first, and then we'll come to Parmi, and then we'll move on to the next question.
Okay, so this is Suva. So everything that you guys recommended is great. Try them, and I just want to comment on that. I've just went and tested all of the DB search, button press, download on Bard app itself, and I'm not sure if it's a device specific bug. I'm running the latest version of iOS on iPhone 8 Plus, and I am able to go through all of the tests without any issues.
Okay. So it's working on your phone, and you have an iPhone 8
Plus running on the latest version of iOS. So that's what the only thing I'm thinking about. Maybe it's a device thing. I'm not sure. So, but the app itself is running past through all my tests.
All right, and the last comment on this question from Parmi.
Okay, when I'm on Bard, I know my phone is not an 8. I think it's like a 12. But when you use a search for search the collection, the go button would be right next to the right. But now when I'm searching, I put in the information Then I have to go to that language button, and then the next button is go, like to search. Because see, the button used to be on the right side of the collection box, but now they got a language box here, and then it has the go button on the side of that. So, but mine is working fine.
This is Jody
Okay.
with a quick comment.
Okay. Go ahead, Jody.
Yeah, you know, what I do is I always put the keyword in and then I hit the search at the bottom of the keypad or the keyboard. And that usually works best for me, but there is a long pause between the time you hit the search box and the time that your information pops up. So it could be you're just not giving it enough time.
All right. Well, you have a lot of good solutions there. So hopefully you'll find something that can work for you, and let us know how you get along with it at a future time when you have an opportunity. All right. Who has another question for us?
This is Joe. Can you hear me?
Yes, Joe, we can hear you very loud and clear. Go ahead.
Oh, good. I'm using the computer this time instead of my cell phone, and I haven't done that before. Recently, I upgraded my cell phone, and now I find that whenever I try to call like a business, some of the time it will say, go to the app or finish the app, something like that. And at other times, whenever I call, I leave off saying Brahms on Robinson in Norman, leave off in Norman, and it takes me to that store. Is this something with upgrading my cell phone, or where does this thing of having to go to an app come from?
This is Herbie.
Yes, Herbie, go ahead.
So, quick clarification. When you say you call a business, do you mean like you're actually calling them, or are you talking about using Siri to call them?
This is Joe.
Go ahead.
You are right. I'm using Siri to call, so I'll tell Siri to call Brahms.
So it's going to say if you're making a phone call and it's telling you to install an app, that's a whole weird issue altogether. No, Siri and its business search has become a very iffy thing since iOS 15, and it's given a lot of people grief, and I know we've had some previous discussions on here, and so yeah, it's a problem with Siri.
This is Joe. Is there anything I should do differently or any workaround?
Anybody have any thoughts
This is
about
Shri.
that? Go ahead, Shri.
So what you're going to need to do is if you're asking Siri to call a business, you need to kind of have the address information. For example, if I was going to call Home Depot, here I would say call Home Depot in Springfield, Virginia. If you just say Home Depot, that's where Siri kind of fails. Try to be as much specific as possible as to where it's located.
Jerry,
Yes, Jerry, go ahead.
couple things. I use Siri. If I ask say Home Depot, usually get me the closest Home Depot in my area. But sometimes it doesn't, and I say neck, and it'll give me another area. But almost all the time I get somewhere in my area, like Best Buy or whatever. But when I do have those kind of, even when I call somebody on the contact, say, or call Jim or something, and then want to give me Jim donut shop. I didn't ask for it. So when it's like acting like that, well, I will do sometime in this work is restart the iPhone and start over.
Okay.
This is Joe again.
Yes, Joe.
Whenever I asked Siri to call, I would say Brahms on Robinson Street in Norman. And the first time it gave me this, go to the website, finish the app. And then later I would call it back again and it would take it to the store.
This is Shri.
Very interesting. Yes, Shri, one more comment and then I think we'll move
Yeah.
on.
What I suspect is happening is, keep in mind that when you request Siri, there's multiple servers that it communicates to pull the data from. So it's possible, I'm just speculating here, it's possible that you went to a server where it's searching the information, it doesn't have it yet. And it's not able to process it and give you the right information. So typically when I get that, I just ask Siri the same question in hopes of hitting another server that might have a more accurate information. But going back to your Home Depot, what I've experienced is if I ask for Home Depot and it gives me my Springfield, and then I said, what else? And it goes to the Burke. And if I say call Burke, it's going to say, who would you like to call? So I try not to do that. I try to be very specific to the direction where the store is located. And I've had more success that way than having it not be very specific.
This is
All right.
Freddie.
Yes, Freddie, we'll go ahead with your comment.
Okay, I have a comment on my phone. I found that if I ask Siri for a specific like a video store, if I leave out the if I say find a video store and but I don't say in, but I say you know where it's at, then she'll go ahead and give me the number. But if I say in a certain place, she'll just say go to the app, see the app. But if I say the word in, so I found that out.
So you have to leave out the word in when you're
right.
Got it. Okay, so maybe you can try that, see if that helps. Very good. All right, who else has a question for us this evening?
Jerry, I have a question.
Yes, Jerry, go ahead.
This is an Apple phone using a Windows computer. I connect my iPhone to my window and go on my C drive, backspace, and get into my Apple phone and down arrow to my picture.
Hang on, this is Sandhya. Sorry, Jerry, we're not going to be talking about, the Windows computer on this call, strictly about the iPhone and related devices. So I'm sorry about that.
Okay, so you were mentioning your iPhone, but it sounds like your question is more about a computer than an iPhone. Is that right?
I have no comment if I can't say what I want to say.
Okay. All right, so we'll move on then to the next question that who else has a question for us? Somebody who hasn't been in here for a while, or somebody new who might have a question.
Dana.
Yes, Dana, go ahead.
Yeah, I was wondering if anyone knew of an app that would not necessarily read books, but read, like, remember back years ago there was reading recordings for the blind and dyslexic. I was wondering if there was a app that I could get for textbooks, if anyone knew of.
Okay, who?
This is Jody.
Yes, Jody, go ahead.
You can use VoiceStream Reader, which is my first choice. There's also another app called Capti, CAPTI, or the Dolphin Reader. Those two are free. The VoiceStream Reader is a paid, I think it's $9.99 when it's not on sale, but it's worth it because it's an excellent reader.
Okay.
This is Sandhya.
Yes, Sandhya, go ahead.
That recording for the blind and dyslexic, so that became Learning Ally, and I believe they have an app. So I haven't used it in years. I don't know if they still do, like what you used to do is send in a book and have it done or whatever, but there is something, it is called Learning Ally now.
I had no idea. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Very good. Yes. And it is I forget how much that's a paid. Well, the Learning Ally itself is paid, and so I don't know about the app though. But I think you have to be a member in order to use it. But it's really
This is
good.
Suva.
Yes, Suva, go ahead.
Just quickly, I believe it's about $120 per year, $120 per year.
Okay, I think students get some kind of a discount or a special provision though too for that, but very good.
This is Jody.
All right. Yes, Jody. Mhm.
If I've got a lifetime membership because I just continued it from when I was a student. So you might even look into that. If you're already a previous reader, borrower, then you might check in to see if you qualify for a lifetime membership.
Ah, very good. Okay. All right. Who has another question regarding iDevices for tonight?
This is Marie. Can I go back just a minute to Bard Mobile?
Yes.
I was just checking and I have not yet installed the latest update to Bard Mobile, and my Bard Mobile is working perfect. So it is the latest updates that's the problem.
All right. Well, thank you for looking into that for us.
You're welcome.
All right. And who else would like to ask a question or even make a comment about something or tell us about a new app that you've discovered?
This is Janet.
Let's see. I think I heard Janet first, and then who else was there? A gentleman?
Dana.
Dana. Okay. Let's see. Go ahead, Janet, and then we'll come back to you, Dana.
Has anybody ever played with Amazon Smiles on your iDevice? The AmazonSmiles.com where non-profit organizations can sign up and get, when people buy stuff from Amazon Smiles, they can get a percentage of that. I didn't know if anybody knew about that or not.
Oh, yes. So has anybody used Amazon Smiles when purchasing products from Amazon on your phone? Or
Yes,
on
correct.
an iDevice, let's say?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. Who might
This
be
is
able to
Jody.
help us with that? Yes, Jody.
Yes, if you go to smile.amazon.com, you can search through the listings of all the various nonprofits that are available to connect with, and you can select one and connect it to your account so that every time you purchase from Amazon, then that nonprofit, gets a little bit. I've subscribed so that everything I purchase from Amazon goes to the Seeing Eye.
And that website
I have-
again? Go ahead.
Smile.amazon.com. And then once you've connected it to your account, then you don't have to worry about it again. It's automatic.
And it's SMILE, no S at the end.
Yes.
Smile.amazon.com.
Yes.
Very good. Yes, Janet, you had a follow-up
I
question?
had another question, but I don't want to step on anybody's toes.
Okay, is it about this or is it something else?
Yeah, it's about this.
Okay.
Has iBUG thought about getting into it?
That's a great idea.
This is Sandhya.
Yes, go ahead, Sandhya.
Yes, we are on there. So yes, definitely. If anybody wants to, choose to make a donation, but just keep in mind that it's every bit helps, right? So we're grateful for anything, but it's a tiny, tiny fraction of your purchase. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm making all these big contributions, it's not really like that. It's a small, tiny percent. So,
it's like, what is it, 0.5 or something?
Yeah, it would be easier to just donate $5. But hey, whatever. If you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on Amazon, then go right ahead. No, truly, we appreciate anything. If anybody wants to name iBUG, we are there. So thank you.
All right, thank you. I just was wondering. So I know who to donate the next time I use it.
Excellent. All right.
Great.
Very good. And let's see. Well, Dana, I think had
Dana,
another.
yep.
You had another question or
Well,
a
it's
comment?
not a question. It's really a comment that I
Okay.
heard on the news today that Elon Musk is buying Twitter.
He bought it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's official.
And they have to just wait for the actual official
Herbie.
sale to go through.
Yep.
Yes, Herbie, go ahead.
So let's go back to iOS real quick. So I just checked. My bar did update last week, and I just did so first of all, I'm running an iOS 13 Pro, latest iOS, and I did not have any search bugs. I was able to find a book, add it to my wish list. I see the search parameters now on the wish list. That's kind of cool. But I had no problems whatsoever. So
very good.
maybe it's something that was fixed recently, like in the last few minutes. I don't know.
This is Chanel.
Yes, Chanel, go ahead.
I just, as soon as Maria was saying that, or Marie, I'm sorry, I had got rid of my app. I've put it back on, installed it. I'm still having the same search problem. I mean, I know how to work around it. I can add stuff on the website to my wish list, like they said, somebody very helpfully suggested, but it's still a problem on my phone. So and I have the same phone as Herbie, so go figure. So
yeah. All right. Technology is great when it works, and then there are times when there's no rhyme and reason that it doesn't. Yes, was it Jody?
Jody with a comment and a question.
Okay, go ahead with your comment.
Well, my comment is I also did a search today on Bard and had no problems also on a iPhone 2020 running for 15.4.1. So that's my comment. My question is, I have a good friend and she was using a Bluetooth keyboard and she hit the enter key. She was writing out a text message and trying to basically do a carriage return or return. She hit the enter key and it's the equivalent of the send button. So how do you, when using a Bluetooth keyboard, how do you, do the equivalent of a return?
This is Roy.
Yes, Roy, go ahead.
Jody, that would be shift enter to simulate a real return.
Shift enter?
Uh-huh.
Okay, thank you, Roy.
You bet.
All right. Very good. Thank you. All right.
Thank you. This is Herbie.
Yes, Herbie, go ahead.
So since we have a Bluetooth keyboard expert here, maybe he has an answer. So I was just curious, I didn't see the equivalent on VoiceOver, but I could be doing something wrong. So like on the Mac, we have a web rotor where you can do a VOU and navigate headings and stuff. And I'm just wondering, I know we can do the quick nav on or off, but there's reasons why I like to use the web rotor because it can be easier to find things. So I'm just wondering if the phone does have any kind of equivalent.
Does anybody know the answer to that one?
This is Roy.
Yes, Roy, go ahead.
Herbie, you can toggle that quick nav on and off with VOQ.
You mean the quick keys?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, the quick keys. Yep, I know that. That's
Okay.
universal. But
Yeah.
okay. So
that's all I'm aware of.
Okay, because the web browser is a way of navigating elements of the web with the quick nav off, but it has a unique find feature. Because I was thinking, we have these lengthy emails from ACB that can be really tricky to navigate on the phone, and I was thinking, oh, okay, can I quickly find the link that I want? But on the phone, it's still a chore because I can't do my cute little web rotor that I can do on the Mac. So I was just wondering
This
if
is
I was
Shree.
missing anything. Yep.
Yes, Shree, go ahead.
Have you tried to do a two-finger triple tap to get the itemized chooser to list it alphabetically?
Would that work in an email that has headings and links and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is an interesting. That's an interesting thing. I'll have to go try that.
Okay. When you do, let us know what you find.
I'll tell you in the next 5 minutes.
Good. All right. Very good. Who has another question?
This is Sri.
Yes, Sri, go ahead.
So today I tried out this app called All Aboard, which is supposed to be a bus indicator, bus sign indicator. And I was wondering if anyone else tried it. I went to my local bus stop. I think the app has certain cities. And when I went to use it, all I got was an audible alert that there was a sign, but nothing else more. And I wanted to see if anyone else has ever tried this app on a bus stop.
And it's called All Aboard.
All Aboard, yeah.
Okay. Has anybody else tried that app?
Okay.
All right. This is Terry with a question about that. Do you know, is it supposed to be accessible, or you discovered it and you downloaded it to see if it would be, or?
This is Sri.
Mm-hmm.
It was in an email distribution today, so I went to check it out because it said that Washington, D.C.'s Metro was part of the program. So I went and tried it. I mean, it told me where the bus stop sign was, or the bus sign was, but
right
beyond that, it didn't tell me anything. I was wondering if it's supposed to provide additional information besides the sign being there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. I guess nobody else has used it to this point, but perhaps in the future somebody might. You can report on
Dana.
that. Yes, Dana, go ahead.
Yeah, I haven't tried that one, Sri, but I think there's one called Transport. It tells you the bus schedules and where they're coming from and how long they'll be and till the next bus comes along and stuff like that.
All right. So maybe that would be helpful.
This is Sri.
Yes, Sri, go ahead.
So follow up with that, Dana. So do you have to put the information on your phone to say, the bus number on the app, or do you just put down your start and end destination?
Just Dana.
Yes, go ahead.
I haven't used it in quite a while, but I think it lists all the buses numbers in their schedules. So I don't think you have to type in or say anything. And I think it'll give you directions to the bus stop, the nearest bus stop.
Mm-hmm.
This is Deb.
Was that Deb?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Have you, Sri, have you ever heard of an app called Move It? It's spelled MOOVIT. It's a really, really good one if it supports in your area. You can enter where you want to go, and it'll give you like several options that you could use. And then when you tap on that, you can actually, on that app, it will even give you alerts as to when you should get off the bus, which is really helpful if you're going to a area you're not familiar with. It'll give you alerts like 2 stops before your stop, and then 1 stop before your stop, and then it says time to get off the bus. And it's a really, really good app if your transit system supports it.
Move It. Very good. Yes,
This is Sri.
I know about it myself. We have it here. Yes, go ahead, Sri.
I do want to mention something else about the bus. I've mentioned about the app called Novulence, and I did receive the transportation department from San Antonio, and they told me that 2% of bus stops in San Antonio are currently running Novulence, and they have put it more in the areas of where the blind pedestrians are, and they said it's running somewhat okay now. So in that one, I just take my phone and point it to a bus stop sign, and it gives me real-time bus information. And I was hoping that this app was going to do something like that. And That's what I couldn't figure out if I was doing something wrong.
Mhm. Very good. Very helpful information. All right. I think, did somebody else chime in with?
This is Herbie.
Yes, Herbie.
So, Shri, the item chooser is not an option, at least in Mail. What happens when I do it is it says Mail screen curtain on. That's really helpful. But I did go outside of Mail to make sure I was doing the gesture correctly, and it does work outside of Mail, but it is not an alternative for the particular Mail messages that I'm wanting to read find stuff quickly with. So that is the answer to that.
All right. Well, thank you for checking that out. Okay, we've got a few minutes left yet. Does someone else have a question or a comment or a suggestion?
This is Dan.
Yes, Dan, welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, regarding the ACB emails, for me, I just bring up the headings and just quickly swipe down through the headings until I find the one. Like that's what I did today for Spanish 101, and I just quickly go down the headings list and find the one I want, and I can get to the link that way. That works for me.
This is Herbie.
Yes, Herbie, go ahead.
The problem is, I mean, yeah, I can navigate by headings and links, but the problem is what's unique to the phone that is not duplicated on a PC or Mac, and I do not know about Android. But on the iPhone, all the times and everything is also listed as headings, and so when on the phone, there's a lot more headings to go through than there is on a computer. So that's why I was hoping there was the equivalent of a web rotor, because like on the computer, I can bring up the web rotor, go to the link I want, start typing in the name, and bada boom, it's there. And I was just hoping I'm going to see maybe if like VO Find works on the iPhone with a Bluetooth keyboard or whatever next, and see if that's at least an alternative. But even without a keyboard, it'd be nice just to quickly get through some of those headings, but it nicely creates extra headings where there shouldn't be, and that is what is such a pain.
Oh, okay. All right. Very good. Okay, who else has a comment or a question?
Jerry.
Yes, Jerry, go ahead.
Okay, I got a question. I'm not sure if this meeting is the proper place to ask it, but I'm using Bard Mobile on iOS. And I'm wondering, I just started using it. I have a book. It says queued for download. I went in there to the site where it says more, the button, and then I press download and it says dimmed. But it's simply like the download button says it's dimmed. It doesn't do nothing. Just left it open for half an hour. I came back, it's still not downloading. I'm wondering what would be the issue.
Right, who can help with that?
Elisa?
Yes, Elisa, go ahead.
I didn't understand the question correctly because he was cutting in and out.
This is Chanel.
Yes, Chanel, go ahead.
So when you are on your bookshelf, so you have the book in your bookshelf, right? Or you said you actually did it by finding a search. Because what I normally do is I'm able to go on my bookshelf and I'm able to double tap where it says, just double tap on the title, and then it automatically starts downloading. That's how
Well,
I'm able to do it.
if I go
Go
to
ahead,
my
Jerry.
bookshelf,
Mhm.
if I go to Jerry,
I mean,
if
wish list. I'm sorry. Wish list.
it's okay. Well, if I go to my bookshelf, it says queued for download, but it's simply not
Oh,
downloaded.
okay. Queued for down. Ooh.
This is Herbie.
Yes, Herbie, go ahead.
Quick question. So are you downloading over Wi-Fi or cellular data?
Right now I'm on cellular data.
So you need to go into the settings and make sure the option to download over cell data is turned on.
I did. It is.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
and it still won't download.
Then I would delete the book from the bookshelf and try re-downloading it.
No, okay.
That's what I would
Elisa,
try.
Yes, Elisa, go ahead.
do you not have Wi-Fi where you're at? Because that can help a lot if you have the Wi-Fi. Because I use the Bard app and I always download books when I have Wi-Fi.
I do have Wi-Fi too where I work, but I just figured cause I tried it yesterday, it didn't work. So I went to my settings and I seen that the cellular wasn't on, so I turned that on. I tried it again, but it still did not work. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
Maybe I'll try it on Wi-Fi tomorrow, and if that doesn't work, I'll contact Bard and see what.
That's a little strange because it usually works on Wi-Fi.
All right. Okay. Well, we hope you get a solution there. Who else has a question or a comment before we wrap up this first hour?
Elisa, I have a question.
Yes, Elisa, go ahead.
Well, not a question, but a follow-up. So I did use Zoom, and the individual that was working with me could only see the top of my head.
Okay, you used Zoom on your
My phone. Yes.
Okay.
And they could only see the top of my head, and I was like, this is weird if I thought I angled it correctly.
All right, so your question is, how do you get it to see more than just the top of your head?
This is Sandhya.
Yes, and how can I angle it better?
Yes,
Hi,
Sandhya,
Sandhya.
go ahead.
Sorry.
Hey, yes. I think we, talked about this before, and I think one of the suggestions was for you to try to just take a picture, like open your camera app and do the front facing camera, and it'll tell you if you are centered or not. And then you can kind of get a sense of how to hold it. And that was I think that was maybe Shree's solution. Somebody suggested that. So first practice with the camera app, and then that should kind of carry over to when you go to the Zoom app.
Oh, okay, because I didn't know. I was like, am I doing this wrong?
Yeah,
This is Keith.
no, so practice. Yes, Keith, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, is the person on the other side, are they able to give you any feedback?
Elisa, we tried, but she wasn't really helpful.
Okay. I was just going to suggest that. Sometimes I'm on calls that the person on the other end will say, hey, I'm shooting the top of your head, and, just kind of refocus it from there. And they, they're able to help kind of guide me to where I need to be.
All right. Okay. So
This is
hopefully
Shree.
something there will work. Yes, Shree, go ahead.
Oh no, just something different. I just wanted to respond back to that email question that Herbie asked. I just checked an email and I did a 2-finger triple tap, and it gave me the listing alphabetically for me to search for. I didn't get a screen curtain. Screen curtain would be a 3-finger double tap.
Sure.
So I wasn't really sure what you did there.
And so this is Herbie.
Yes, Herbie, go ahead.
So you had the email open?
Yes.
Well, I'll have to try a different email and see if it reacts differently. But this one and Chanel got the same result that I did. And it wasn't the screen curtain, because that would have, like you said, that's a 3-finger one. And it would have toggled between on or off either. And this one didn't do that. So that is interesting.
This is Shree.
Yep.
Yes, Shree, go ahead.
The only thing I can think of is maybe the way that ACB sent the email, maybe it's like one text block.
No, because it's tons of, like I said, well, the way it's formatted is like on the phone, it creates a lot of extra headings that don't even need to be listed as headings. But yeah.
Yeah, the whole purpose of that is to try to list things alphabetically in a kind of a list format.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to. I don't know if it can.
Well, you'll have to try it and see
Yeah.
what happens, and then let us know. And as
Well,
an
maybe I'll forward
FYI,
you an example. One of their. Are you on their community list there, Shri?
Yes, I'll take a look at one of their email. I didn't look
Yeah,
at that
so
specific
try it
email.
with one of their emails and
This
tell
is
me what
Sandhya.
results you
You
get.
guys, hang on. You have to remember to let Terry Ann run the program. All right. Okay, go ahead, Terry Ann.
it's just about time to wrap up, but just a quick FYI, the 3-finger triple tap turns the screen curtain on and off, by the way, and 3-finger double tap is speech on and off. But we're at the 8 o'clock or the top of the hour now, I better say. And I want to thank everybody who asked some wonderful questions, and we had some questions from lots of and comments from lots of different people tonight. So that was really wonderful. So I really appreciate it, and I know you'll keep up the good work in the next hour as well. So now that we're at the top of the hour, I'm going to turn things back over to Sandhya, who will take us to the next part of our program for this evening.
All right. Thank you, Terry Ann. Yes, lots of good questions. And now we're going to move on. Okay. So if you didn't get to say hello the first time around, we'd love for you to say who you are and where you're from, please. Anybody didn't get to say hi the first time?
This is Joe. I'm from Norman, Oklahoma.
Welcome, Joe. Long time. Glad you're back. Okay.
Marty from Philly.
Welcome, Marty. All right.
Shri from
Who
Virginia.
else? Shri, welcome.
Priscilla from Arlington.
Hey, Priscilla. Hey, Priscilla. Welcome.
Thank you, sweetheart.
All right, we're getting a lot of background noise. Like I had to, okay, go ahead. Keep coming in. You have to unmute if you want to say hello.
Elisa in Porter, Texas.
All right, welcome.
Arlene, North Carolina.
Welcome, Miss Arlene. Anybody else want to say hi?
Freddie.
Hey, Freddie, welcome.
Xavier, Atlanta.
Hey, Xavier, welcome.
This is Dan from Southern California.
There you are. Welcome, Dan.
Chanel in Houston.
Hello, Chanel. Okay. Anybody else?
This is David from Houston.
Hey, David. Welcome. Okay. Got everybody? All right. Okay. So now we know what's going to happen. Don't say I didn't warn you. This is the time when we get to find out what our Friday night at the virtual movies is. The Friday night virtual movies are held on Friday.
Wednesday.
Yeah, right. Starting at 8 p.m. Central, 7:30 for the social time. And let's see, afterwards, we'll have a discussion and trivia to follow. But here, with those scintillating clues, is the iBUG guy, I think, I hope. I don't know. iBUG guy, are you out there? Or somebody.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh boy, what happened to you?
I'm a little sad today.
Why?
Uh-oh, what now?
My cat died over the weekend.
You don't have a cat.
Why are you making fun of dead cats?
Because you don't have one. Okay, just move on.
Do you know the difference between a dead cat and a dead lawyer on the street?
Hey, what?
There's skid marks in front of the dead cat.
Oh, gosh. Okay, you're done. Are we ready?
All right.
Oh.
Yes. Welcome, everyone. We are ready for, what is it? The big reveal of the Friday night virtual movies. And did you already do the all the logistics for the movie?
Yes.
Okay, so I can dispense with that, and we will get right into
Wow. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right.
All right. All right. A few rules of the game. Say your name. Wait to be recognized by me. You get one guess per clue and a maximum of 3 guesses. That's three, not three guesses, 3 guesses during the whole game. So
That's trademarked.
use your guesses wisely.
Okay.
All right. The clues are kind of complicated today.
Oh boy.
My researcher went out and just went overboard. All right. Clue number 1. The setting of our film this week begins in, you know it, New York, and ends up in Louisiana. Do I need to repeat that?
I think you've scared them all off with that new role of yours. But,
The setting of our film this week begins in New York and ends up in Louisiana or Louisiana, however you want to say. All right. Nobody's biting. Oh, Shri.
Is it the day after?
The day after. What's that about? I guess that's not it.
I've never
heard of it.
It's about the end of the planet Earth.
Yeah, it sounds like an
Oh, we would have shown that on last Friday. David.
Is it the Pelican Brief?
Pelican Brief. Oh, that's a great movie. Yes, yes, yes. But that's not what we're watching this Friday. That is an excellent guess, and that will be on our list.
It is. We have a list. Okay.
Assistant,
all right, go ahead.
Assistant.
Number 2.
Pelican Brief on our list of movies.
It's your imaginary friend. Okay, go on.
All right. Clue number. No. Any more guesses on clue 1?
No.
Clue number 2. History is presented as personal and immediate rather than a saga relying on scholarly works and court records. I'll repeat that. History is presented as personal and immediate rather than a saga relying on scholarly works and court records.
This is Suva.
Suva!
Interstellar.
Interstellar! That is a great movie that I've never heard of, I'm sure. But you are absolutely wrong this time.
This is Shri.
Shri!
Is it Glory?
Glory! Oh, that is so close, Shri. You can't imagine how close that is. All right, but that's not it either. Oh, my assistant says that's 2 guesses for Shri.
Right.
Warning.
Go on.
All right.
It's Kathy.
Kathy.
Oh, Kathy.
What's that movie?
Oh,
It's
dear.
got, I can't think of it.
Oh,
We
there she
don't
goes.
take
Well,
questions.
he can't tell
It's
you.
got Barbara Streisand in it, and she's got an abusive father. And most of the movie is the brother talking in his psychiatrist's office.
Oh my God.
And it was either New York and maybe Mississippi or maybe Louisiana.
Oh my God.
What's the difference?
You're killing me, Kathy.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Anybody?
Wow.
It was really.
Words there.
Sounds like a great movie, but it's
All right, Kathy, go search
Go
Google and let us know what that movie is.
go
please.
find it and tell us.
All right, anybody else
Something
before we
it's
move
really
on?
good movie.
Okay.
I'm sure it is.
Too bad we don't know what it is. Okay, go on. Next. Anybody else?
Clue. Okay. Any others on clue number 2? All right, we're moving on to clue number 3. The source is a rare first-hand account based on a best-selling 19th century memoir. The source is a rare first-hand account based on a best-selling 19th century memoir.
I think there's a memoir.
Memoir or memoir?
You're
Memoir.
not French.
Depends on where you're
Memoir.
from.
Okay.
Do we have any of our French Canadians on?
Oh, will you go on? Anybody have a guess?
No guesses? Oh man, we are going to stump the audience tonight. All right, moving on to clue number 4. The director has become known as a tackler of difficult subjects with a humanistic edge. Discomfort cinema, if you will.
Where did you get these clues, sir?
I don't write them, I just try to read them.
Okay.
And who knows if I read it correctly or not. The director has become known as a tackler of difficult subjects with a humanistic edge. Discomfort cinema, if you will.
All right. Nobody's taken that one.
I think this is the 3rd movie that that's why he's become known, because he's done 3 of these now. All right, this is going to give it away, I'm sure. I did an easy one. We have one easy clue. Clue number 5.
Oh, remind the people of the rules. Say your name.
Well, nobody's guessing, so everybody gets to guess on this one. Oh, yeah, you guys still got to say your name, but everybody gets to guess on this 5th and final clue.
Oh, boy.
Okay, after what may seem like a dozen lifetimes, the lead character's chance meeting with a Canadian forever alters his life. Oh, that didn't give it away. Okay, let's try it one more time. After what may seem like a dozen lifetimes, the lead character's chance meeting with a Canadian, none of whom are on this call, forever alters his life.
Dozen like in 12?
That's what I got the last count of mine.
Mm-hmm. Anybody?
All right, I think we've stumped them.
Kathy,
Oh my God.
Oh, Kathy.
was it when Ian met Sylvia?
When Ian met Sylvia. Oh, that is so close. Not even, but good guess, Kathy. Thanks for playing. Oh, my assistant says that is 2 guesses for Kathy. Nope, no, that's 3 because she asked so many questions on the first answer.
Anybody else?
Anybody else want to take a stab at it?
Come on, guys.
This
All
is
right.
Terry.
Terry Ann.
Is there a clue number 6?
All right. The judges say we can dip into our bag and pull out a clue number 6. What will that be?
Hurry, hurry.
All right, clue number 6. The main character who did not win an Oscar, by the way. Actually, there were 3 Oscars: Best Picture, Best Supporting Actor, and Best Writing.
Go on.
I'm looking for the clue. That's my problem.
Okay. So
Okay. The film occurs during the antebellum United States. Our lead character's name, I'm going to totally give it away, Solomon Northrop. Oh, gosh. Okay. Well, nobody has seen this movie, obviously.
This is
This is
Marie.
Chanel.
This is Marie, and I think this is an obscure movie.
Marie, you want to take a guess?
No.
I think you made it up.
All right.
No, Chanel spoke.
Here we go.
Kathy.
No one got it.
Chanel's
next.
Oh, Chanel.
Yeah, okay, so I think there's a book and I think it's a movie, 12 Years a Slave. Is that
Oh, Chanel, 12
That's
Years
it.
a Slave. That's great guess. Ding, ding, ding,
I've
ding,
never
ding.
read it.
Yes, yes,
That's
yes. Way to go,
The
Chanel.
book reader gets the movie. I love
Woo,
it.
woo, woo.
All right.
All
Well, I'd heard,
right.
I think,
Finally, Best Picture of 2013, 12 Years a Slave. It is a very disturbing, hard movie to watch. But
Great. Thank you. Make our weekend go really well.
But
we
but
wanted
we,
a
but
depressing
we don't
movie.
we don't have to see all the gore, and I don't know that the AD shows all the gore. or not, but we
So,
will
Elisa, so
find
how
out.
many hours is it?
All right, it is 2 hours and 14 minutes,
Oh,
including credits.
Alone.
So, okay,
Don't
Johnny,
make
what do we have for our winner tonight?
don't make us watch this horrible,
Okay,
sad
this
movie.
Chanel, you will be the owner of an antique violin. An antique violin. It is actually in the iBUG colors. Just listen to this. And this is totally true. It is in a reddish brown wooden stain, the body, neck, peg holes, and scroll. And then the peg, fingerboards, and tail pieces, who knew a violin had a tailpiece, are made with wood painted black. And then there is a small piece of mother of pearl, and that is attached to the center of each peg. The strings are made of steel, and the bow is made with wood, dark stain with metal tension screws, and the frog is made with wood. And also there are the bow is also contains horsehair. All right, so you can
That was going to be my clue number 7, but
right.
Thank
Okay.
God somebody got it.
Anyway, good job, Chanel. And now you have this classic violin, and you can play it along with your piano. Okay, thank you, Mr. McCulloch. That was quite painful, but good job. Good job. Okay. And we hope that you'll join us for Friday at iBUG Night at the Virtual
oh, I have
Movies.
some good news. I know I
Oh.
started out with some bad news, but I got my personal Twitter account reinstated today.
Oh, shit.
I
don't
had
even know how to use
I had been banned for saying some derogatory things about flip-flop makers.
What? Okay. Bye, Mr. McCulloch.
Flip-flop
Say goodnight.
makers. I was accusing them of being bigoted against people with no big toe.
Oh, Bye, Mr. McCulloch. Okay, you're done. You're done.
So
Okay.
now I can go back on my soapbox and start getting on to those flip-flop makers.
Okay, now you can
Say
go on
goodnight.
your
Say
own.
goodnight. Okay, you're
Goodbye,
done.
Mr. McCulloch.
Good
Oh,
night,
thank
goodbye.
God.
Thank you,
Oh,
Mr.
thank goodness.
You're hilarious.
All right. We are now thankfully through with the iBUG Michael's movie minutia. Okay, now we're going to have our iBUG bite. We have a busy remaining segments ahead of us in this call. First, we have the iBUG bites, and then thereafter at 8, then we'll have a few more questions, and then at 8:30, we will have the iToys segment, and we have a guest presenter. So stick around for that. All right, Terry Ann, are you ready to go?
Yes. I
All
think
right.
so. I'm still
Okay.
recovering from.
I know, me too. Take it away, girl.
All right. So let me. Can everybody hear that okay?
Sounds good. Yep.
All right. Oh, now I don't know why my language is being. There we go. We'll just get rid of that. Okay. So tonight I'm going to talk very briefly about one of the native apps on the iPhone, the clock. And I'm going to point out to you the 4 things that you can do with the clock when you just double tap on it. It should be on the page 1 or page 2 of your screen, however your phone is set up as your main screen. And when you double tap on it, so the first thing that you get at the far left hand, the far left hand option is the edit button. Then you have add, as in adding time or adding something to it. Then you have alarm. Sleep vertical line wake up. Heading. Then your sleep wake up. I actually have alarm selected here, but I'm just going through the various things here, but I'll come to the first point of my
Terry, can
yes.
you make it the phone a little louder? Sorry, it's a little.
Sure.
Or bring it closer to the. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Button. Other. How is that?
There you go. That's better. That's better. Okay.
Oh, good. Okay. So then, because I'm in the alarm, it has all the options for the alarm feature. Heading. 6:30 a.m. Alarm on. Tab bar. World clock. Tab 1 of 4. So now we're at the other functions of the clock feature, the clock app. And the first one is the world clock. Selected. Alarm. Tab 2 of 4. Then the alarm, which I have selected. Stopwatch. Tab 3 of 4. Then there's a stopwatch feature. Timer. Tab 4 of 4. And there's also a timer function. So, most people think of the clock as just that, but it does these other things as well, in addition to giving you an alarm set up, and you can have a bazillion different alarms if you want. But the thing that I found very interesting in the alarm segment was the fact that there are some very interesting alarm sounds. It's all music based, really, but these were sounds that I didn't even know existed. And so I'm thinking, if I didn't know they existed, maybe others didn't either. So I just wanted to point them out to you real quickly. 6:30 a.m. Alarm. So I'm gonna double tap to toggle setting. And in order to have the various sounds that come with the alarm function show up, you of course have to have 6:30 a.m. alarm on. The alarm turned on. If I double tapped on it right now, it would turn it off, and then you wouldn't hear, it wouldn't give you these options of the different alarm sounds to choose from. Other. Heading. So, but I'm going to go back and find set up button. No alarm. Sleep vertical line wake up. Alarm. Heading. Add button. So in order to give me the choices of what alarm sounds I have to double tap on the add feature. Add. Double tap to dismiss pop-up window. Button. Cancel. Button. Add alarm. Heading. Save. Button. 8 o'clock. Picker item. Adjustable. 8 of 12. And I'm swiping with one finger to adjust the value. I'm swiping to the right. 24 minutes. Picker item. Adjustable. 25 p.m. Picker item. Repeat. Never. Label. Alarm. Button. Sound. Radar. So the nice thing is that you can label the alarm and give it a name if you want to. But then right after label is the first sound, which I have to say is my favorite one. It's called radar. And the interesting thing about these labels, the names of these alarm sounds is that, well, for me, unless maybe I'm missing something, they don't give me any clues as to what the sound is going to be like. So it's nothing like I expect it to be, but I'm going to double tap on it here. And I don't know what it's going to sound like coming over the internet and my Bluetooth here, but at least it'll give you an idea, and you can go and check out this feature on your own phone. And it sounds great in stereo too, by the way. So I'm going to double tap on it. Vibration, default button. Oh, I beg your pardon. So radar is the one that is selected, is the option, and it's the default option. So I double tapped on that, and the first thing I get is the vibration option. Store heading. Then you could go to the store and pick other sounds if you wish. Tone store. Download all purchased tones. Oh, this will download all songs. No. California. There. This down tone store. Vibration. Well, this sound, is interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go back here. Back button. Label. Never. Sound. Radar. Button. It. Snooze. Switch button. On. Snooze. Sound. Radar. Vibration. Default. Button. Okay, let me try. Selected. Synchronized. Default. Standard. Heading. Okay. Selected. Vibration. Heading. So I had to double tap this phone. I had it working on the other phone, and then I had to switch phones, and because I didn't have it set up the same way. But the problem with the clock function and the alarm function is that depending upon how you have it set up determines where you find specific things, and it's not always consistent because of the way you have it set up. And so apparently this phone is set up a little bit differently than the other one is in terms of my alarm function. So I'm not getting what I expect to, but you can just play with it and then figure it out. But let's see if I can get this to come up. Selected, synchronized, default. Let's see if I double tap there. Synchronized, default. Standard, heading, accent. Selected, accent, alert. Selected, so alert. Accent, sync, vibration. Well, it's not working for me the way I want it to, because it's giving me in vibrations, it's giving me different names, and it will give you different vibration patterns. Sound, heading, vibration, alert, button.
Well, this is Sandhya. Maybe we can figure it out and then follow up later on. Yeah. Okay.
Right. We can. I apologize.
No, that's fine. That's all good. It's all good. Yes. So thank you, Terry. And I love the clock app, and I'm looking forward to hearing the sound. So thank you. And so that kind of leads us right up to our next segment. We got actually 2 minutes. Does anybody have a 1 minute question? Oh, let me hold on. All right. Does anybody have a quick question? We can entertain one before we actually start the next iToys segment.
Sharon?
Sharon, and then Bridget. Go ahead.
Can you have more than one timer going at a time? Considering that's in clock, that's why I thought I'd ask.
All right. Anybody have the answer to that, or Terry Ann, or who
yes.
else? Okay.
This is Terry. Yes, the answer is you definitely can.
More than one timer, right? Okay.
Yes, more than one timer. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Marie. Thank you, Sharon. I don't know. All right. Go ahead, Miss Bridget.
Okay, what does it mean when the phone sometimes say cord to the left?
Home to the left. Home to the left.
Oh, it's saying home. I thought it said cord to the left.
Okay. Anybody want to quickly explain that?
This is Jody.
Go ahead, Jody.
When you're holding the phone in landscape mode, if the home button is to the left, then it will say home button to the left. And if you turn the phone the other way so that the bottom of the phone is to the right, then it will say home button to the right.
All right.
Oh, okay.
And this is Sandhya. I would recommend for us who use VoiceOver to try to lock your rotation. So unless you want to need to see something in landscape mode, it's real helpful to have your rotation locked so it doesn't keep shifting around. All right, so I hope that's helpful. Okay, very good with the quick questions there. All right, that brings us to iToys, and then we will hear this presentation, and then with whatever time left over, we will go back to questions. All right, so here we go real quick. And then all right, Herbie, you ready to go? And
I am ready.
And Marty, I sent him an invitation to unmute, so.
I think I'm unmuted.
There you are.
I think you are too. So good evening, everybody, and welcome to the iToy segment for April, whatever it is, 25th, 2022. Folks, time is flying by so much, I don't know when it is anymore. But anyway, today I am going to hand things over to Marty, who's going to tell us about a very interesting charger combination he has, the iWalk charger. And I believe I'm saying that right, am I, Marty?
Yes, welcome to our friends from iWalk. We've had several devices, and welcome to Marty's Charger Boutique. If you can't find the original, you go out and buy it a second time, and then you find the first. But anyway.
So folks, if you're missing a charger, go check Marty's house. It may be there, so.
So the iWalk charger it's listed on Amazon as the iWalk Apple charger. I found it just looking under Apple Watch power banks. It is really a power bank, and there's actually 3 ways you can charge. It has a little cable coming out from the device about 5 or 6 inches. It's with a lightning on the end. So you could plug in either your phone, charge your phone, or like your AirPods. It's a 9,000 milliamp power bank. So it would probably charge like a 10 or an 11 or 12, probably 2 times. And it has a magnet on the top for your watch. So you could simultaneously charge your watch and your phone, and it would probably charge your watch, it says in the description, about 20 times, but it could be a little less than that. It sells on Amazon for about $45, and if you check the 20% coupon, so you would get it, I guess, for 20% of 45 would probably be about 37. This device is about, it's rounded on the sides. It's about 2 inches by 5 inch by 1 inch. And what's unique is, besides the little lightning cable that comes out of the device, there are 2 ports, a USB-C port and a lightning port. And as with a lot of these new power banks, both of those ports are I/O ports, meaning that you can use either of these ports to charge a device, or you could be charging 2 devices, or you can charge one device. Well, either of these ports can also be used as to charge the power bank itself. In other words, you could plug a brick into it, and it would charge it, either the lightning port or the USB-C port. So you could really charge 3 things. You could charge the watch on the magnet, and maybe another device on your Lightning, and you could charge a third device on your USB-C. And the magnet is a little slower than your standard Apple Watch magnet. I think it took, and I have a Series 4, it took about maybe 2.5 hours to go from like 5% to full. And it's, like I said, it's kind of versatile. It's advertised as a unit that you can take for a few days. You don't need any cables. Well, I guess except for if you're charging your, like I said, if you want to charge anything in the ports. So that's it for that unit. Any questions?
All right, so, it definitely sounds like a really cool device. Did I hear somebody in meeting, or is that just you?
This is Shri.
Shri, yes.
So Marty, if you're charging the watch and a phone, what's the charge speed on both?
The phone I think is pretty normal. I did now. I have a 5,000 milliamp battery on my phone, battery case. So it took to charge the phone plus the battery case. It took about 7 hours, and which is a little, well, I don't think it gave it a full, I don't think it gave both like it charged the phone fully because the phone charges first, but I don't think the case was fully charged. So I just took the phone and put it on my wireless charging stand to complete the charging of the battery case.
This is Janet from Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Can you charge your iLock or whatever you want to call it? Can you charge it through a computer?
Yeah, you could. Yes, you could. But I think a quicker way would be to use like a brick, and these new USB-C bricks, they are at least 18 watts. They go up to, actually, I have one that's I think 110 watts, but that has like 5 ports on it. But your little brick is like maybe 20, or I think up to like, I have one that's 45 watts that has like 2 charging ports on it, the USB-C.
It's Kathy.
Yes, Kathy.
Can you tell how much is left on the unit? Like you were saying, you could charge a phone, a watch maybe 20 times. Can you get any? Is there a light or a sound or something that tells you how much charge is in it?
Yeah,
you kind of keep track on your own.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not accessible. It's not like with the the power bank that the AT guys sell with the vibrations. There are lights, it's the typical power bank where one light is 25%, and if all 4 lights are lit, it's 100%. But for those of us that are total, you just kind of have to you kind of figure out, because like what the amperage is and what you're charging. So if you've charged your phone once, you probably have about half of it left. And it will now on the watch. Well, those of you that have watches, the watches will charge indefinitely. They never really shut off. The phone, if you charge your phone, it will shut down after completely charging your phone. And there's a button on it. So when you plug it in to charge it to charge the power bank. It will just automatically charge. When you put your watch on the magnet or plug a device in to charge a device using the power bank, you press the button once to start the charging, and then you press it twice quickly to stop the charging. Or if you take the device off, it will shut down probably after like 30 seconds.
Miss Kathy again.
Yeah.
You just plug it in, you plug the device in again, and it'll revitalize itself and have the same. You're using it off the cord, but then you have to plug it in to charge it.
Yes. And
Okay,
also
I just wanted to be sure.
if you plug it into a brick to charge it, you can plug a device into the other port, and it will charge your device at the same time that it is being charged.
Good. I haven't gotten any chargers yet. I have just been, well, Chris have been home a lot during the pandemic, but anyway, thank you.
This is Sandhya.
Yeah, sure.
How, Marty, how, does it look like is it like a flat, like a rectangle, or the dimensions of an iPhone? I'm sorry if you said that, I missed it. I'm sorry.
It's kind of like it is rectangular. It's kind of rounded on the sides. And like I said, it's about an inch thick, and it's like 2 inches. It's 2 inches wide and a little over 4 inches long. And it has a little weight to it since there is a battery in there.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
This is Sri.
Sure, yep.
So will it charge faster if you use the USB-C to a lightning cable versus going from the lightning cable?
I think I read that if you are you talking about charging it?
Charging the phone, if you use that going from the
I think
USB
if
to
you
a lightning.
use I thought I read that if you are charging a device using the USB-C port, whether it's your phone, or it will charge a little more quickly. And I think the same for if you are charging it with the USB-C port, it will charge, the power bank will charge more quickly. I haven't actually tried that though yet. Oh. Any other questions? There are other power banks that are a little smaller. They're a little skinnier. They're only 5,000, and they only have one port. In most cases, they have USB-C ports on them. And the only disadvantage with the little built-in cable, it doesn't extend very far. So.
But you can also get a cable extender that will make it that you can extend it.
Well, you can get a regular cable and plug it into the ports.
All right,
Right.
guys. So just a reminder: don't forget to say your name and wait to be acknowledged. So that was Janet. So I guess my question for you then, Marty, is why do you recommend like this particular charger? Why would somebody be better off with this than like say one from AT Guys or any other chargers? Since you have a charger boutique, what makes this one stand out?
Well, the AT Guys is just a power bank, and it is I think their new one is 20,000, and you would not be able to charge your watch on it. You'd have to bring your watch cable or some type of USB watch charger.
Right, and by 20,000 you mean 20,000 amps, not $20,000.
No, 20,000 milliamps. It's about $100 actually.
All right. Yeah. Just want to make sure people know which 20,000 we're talking about here. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 20,000 milliamps. Yes.
Yes. So yeah, for you, the selling point then is the fact that it has the little magnetic part for the watch that you can just put it on, and that is what you would say your selling point is for the iWalk.
Well, and plus the fact that it has the little built-in lightning cable in
Right.
case you forgot a cable for your
So
phone.
you don't have to
But it
remember a
also
cable.
has
Yeah.
yeah, and it also has the 2 ports.
Right.
So yeah,
So
you
have
could
you
even
charged
charge.
anything? Oh yes, I was going to ask you. Have you ever charged AirPods or any other kind of Bluetooth devices with it?
I I think no, I think just my I might have charged uh one of my Amazon buds because they're USB-C.
Right.
And I
Okay.
may
This
have
is
even charged my phone with the USB because I have a
Right.
couple cords lightning to USB-C.
All
So
right, and I believe we're getting another question.
this is Shri.
Shri, yes.
So does this mean you can charge 3 things at one time?
4 things, maybe.
yes. Well, yeah, I
It's
guess you
three
could.
inputs,
I
right?
mean, yeah, because you have the magnet, you have the little lightning,
Yeah,
and
and
then
then
you
you have the
could
2
plug,
ports.
and you have the 2 ports.
So
Oh,
there you
this is
go.
Shri. So is there two
Yes.
USB-C ports?
Yes.
What's that?
There's
2
two
US.
USB.
No, there's a USB-C on one side and a lightning port on the other side.
So it's only 3 things you could charge it at a time.
Well, no, you could do 4. You could use a little built-in lightning cable. You can use a little built-in cable with a lightning connector on it, and then you have the magnetic for the watch, and then you have a lightning port on one end and a USB-C port on the other end.
Ah. And one is not dedicated. Oh, this is Shri.
Yep, go ahead.
So one is not dedicated just for charging the device. It can use it to charge and be used to charge something else.
The two ports on either end, the USB-C and the lightning, are what I call them I/O ports because they can either charge a device or be used to charge the power bank if you plug it into it. So in other words, you could connect your power bank to a brick with the USB-C or with the lightning. Like if you had
All
a
right.
if you had a
Yeah.
USB-C brick, so you could put and you had a cord that had a lightning on one end and a USB-C on the other end, you could plug the lightning into the bank and then the USB-C into the brick.
Totally. So
Does that make
remind us
sense?
of, yep, it does. Now remind us again of the price.
It's $45. But if you check the 20% coupon, so in other words, if you check the coupon, you'll get an additional 20% discount.
All right, so an additional 20% discount, does that mean they add on and then give you the discount from what they add on, or?
Well, no, it's $45 and then minus the 20%, which would be like
Oh, okay.
which would be like 37.
Yeah. Just
Sorry,
want to make sure we're
that's
clear on that
confusing.
part,
All
Yeah.
right.
Anyway, do we have any final questions on this before we move on? Nope. All right, guys. Well, be sure to stick around because you never know what we'll have next month, and I think we've got some exciting stuff down the pipe. So we'll hand it back to our Mistress at Arms, or whatever we call her, Sandhya.
Thank you so much, Herbie and Marty. So cool. Very cool. Very cool. All right. So in the remaining time that we have left, please, if anybody's, would like to ask a question, maybe you didn't get a chance earlier.
This is Jody.
Go ahead, Jody.
I have a bank app, and my bank is a very small bank, so I'm sure they bought a generic app and personalized it. It's very accessible except for one feature, and that is if I want to deposit a check, a mobile, make a mobile deposit. So I'm able to put in the information as far as that goes, but then when I go to take a picture of the check, it won't my camera will not work with voiceover turned on. Of course, it will work if I turn voiceover off, but then I can't use the phone. So I'm thinking, I've tried finding a way to get in touch with the developer to talk about all this, and I haven't found any contact information. I'm wondering if anybody has a similar problem with their phone,
This is
and
Chanel.
is there a workaround for it?
Okay, Chanel, go ahead.
Have you ever thought about trying it with the screen recognition on? Sometimes that just gives you a little bit extra exposure to the controls. And I have, I can't remember if I have, I know I have done that in certain apps, maybe not banking, but certain apps where I have to take a picture and the camera, button isn't quite announced with voiceover. So maybe give that a try.
This is Jody.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm able to find the camera button, but then when I hit it, it doesn't do anything. My daughter was with me and she said that the camera doesn't, I hit the camera button, but then the camera doesn't
This is Herbie.
show the picture.
Okay, go ahead,
Yeah.
Herbie.
Yeah, I would still try the screen recognition because there's been a couple times where a button does not work with it off. I forget which app now. I think it was a TV app, but I've gotten it to trigger with the screen curtain on, so I would actually still give it a try.
Thank you. I will do that.
All
I
right.
appreciate that.
Great question. Good, pretty cool. Okay, let us know how that turns out. Okay, who's next? Anybody else have another question? Didn't get a chance. Want to ask a question?
Jerry,
Okay, go ahead.
I asked one earlier about Bard. Herbie, I believe I'm wondering in settings, when I go into settings, what does settings initialization mean? That part is turned off. Should that be on, or what does that mean?
This is Jody.
Go ahead, Jody.
Yes, when you first set up your phone, you have to put your username and password in. And once you do that, then initialization is turned off. I had to, I changed my username and password and I had to turn that back on again so that I could make the change. But once you've got your username and password in there, initialization's turned off and you just want to leave it that way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but it's still, I don't know, I still couldn't download a book even I'm on Wi-Fi right now. So
This is Kathy.
Go ahead, Kathy.
Have you tried? I've had this too, where it gets stuck in the queue, and sometimes it just needs a good seems like it needs a good kick. Have you tried downloading another book? Sometimes when you get a good download going, then the queue will clear out.
Oh,
This is Jody again.
Jerry. I
Okay.
haven't, but
Go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, I haven't done that, but I'll try that.
All right. And don't kick your phone. It was a
Don't give up though, because it's
figuratively. All right, Jody. Go ahead, Jody.
No, it was Herbie.
I know. I thought Jody. Okay, go ahead, Herbie.
Yeah. What I would
Yeah,
suggest,
Jody, go ahead.
it says queue to download. I would hit the stop. I would hit that, and it will say paused, and then hit it again and do queue to download again. In other words, toggle it so that it goes from trying to download to stop and then download again, and that might joggle it.
Well, Jerry here.
Yeah, go ahead.
There is no stop button. Like, it's just if I press download, it says downloading, and dimmed. It says downloading, and the button it says is dimmed.
No, there's no stop. No, this is Jody. There's no stop, but if you hit the queued for download, it will pause it and then hit queued for download again, and then it will start again, and that should do it.
So the queue for download, she's saying, is the button, is the toggle.
Yeah,
button.
that is the button. That is the toggle.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, Herbie.
Pretty much, yeah. I was gonna suggest something similar. Also, if that doesn't work, you can actually try deleting the file by swiping up to delete and double tapping the delete. It'll confirm you want to delete it and then try re-downloading it. But I would try the other suggestions first that Kathy and Jody gave you.
Okay.
That.
I guess there's nothing to delete because he hasn't downloaded anything yet. But I guess
it'll delete it. It'll delete. It would actually delete the stalled queue file.
Stall queue. Okay. All right.
So-
Okay. Anybody else? Nick, final couple of questions. Got a little bit of time.
This is Terry.
Go ahead.
I just have a follow-up with the problem, the reason I couldn't get the alarms that I wanted to play is because the clock function is also on your phone, also tied to the native sleep app. And so I probably had on my other phone, I had the sleep app set up because I had used it for a while. And the alarms that I wanted you to hear are in there.
Okay.
But they're not on this other phone. So the tricky part about the clock function is the alarm function in the clock app is that it depends on how you have it set up and the fact that it also ties into the sleep app. It can make things different.
Yeah, definitely.
This
Okay.
is Herbie.
All right, go ahead, Herbie.
So Maria, I'm emphasizing the Maria part, not
Yeah,
because we have Maria and Maria.
uh-huh.
Last year, and I believe it was July or August, she gave us a demonstration of the sleep sounds in her apple bites. So
Yeah, sleep sounds. Those are like nature sounds or something like
yeah,
that.
I believe that was the same sounds that Terry is talking about.
No,
Okay.
this is Terry. No,
Mhm.
they're different.
Okay. Yeah, because I heard like when you said radar, I was thinking, I wonder if it's like some of those, because I know I've seen radar in like ringtones as well. But okay,
Yeah.
well, we will, hope we'll follow up and thank you. All right. Anybody else with another question? Didn't get a chance. Love to hear from you.
This is Greg.
Go ahead, Roy.
I was just thinking about Herbie's issue with ACB email. You know, when you're navigating by heading, you can press 2 to move by heading level 2 or 3 to move by just heading level 3. That might be a solution to get to what you're looking for quicker, Herbie.
All right. Thank
This is
you,
Herbie.
Roy. Okay, go ahead quickly.
Yeah, I will give that a try. That is a great suggestion, Roy. Thank you.
All right, next. Anybody else? Quick question. Had a lot of different presentations.
This is Terry.
Go
I
ahead,
think Greg
Greg.
had a question. Yeah.
I was just going to share an experience. I was using the on-screen keyboard to type and was not getting keyboard clicks, which was just making me crazy. And I discovered that I had the mute switch on the side of my phone flipped to mute. And if you have your phone on mute, you're not going to hear keyboard clicks. So it's one of those learning experiences for me.
Crazier, made you crazier, right, Greg?
Yeah, crazier.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for sharing that.
Just wanted to clarify. Okay. Anybody else got a question? You got 2 minutes. Hang on, Herbie. Anybody else that didn't have a turn? Want to quickly ask a question or a comment?
This is Sri.
Okay, go ahead.
Just from your demo, I
Hold
did
on.
get
We're hearing
verification.
voiceover, so please, everybody. Okay, go ahead, Sri.
So I did get confirmation from Apple that they did remove the text message where you're getting the fireworks and stuff. At the recipient, they did remove that.
Oh, wow. Okay. Was there a reason given?
Nope, but I just told them to put it back in and said, put a ticket in.
Okay, thank you. And that's a good little segue, a reminder. So this past weekend, we had the iBUG Apple workshop, and that will be posted soon to our website and other various venues or forums or platforms, whatever you want to call it. So at that, we talked about the various apps within the iMessage app that allows you to like send money, send music, send photos. The other thing, Marie did a wonderful demo of the Overdrive app. It's a library borrowing from the public library app. And then Michael talked about the artificial intelligence used to generate voices. So kind of a mix of different things, and talked about Apple News as we always do. Anyway, so that I definitely encourage you to check that out. And so she was just following up on that. Okay, real quick, we are at the end of our time together. So thank you, Terry Ann, for your help in facilitating tonight.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And thanks for everybody. All, like she said, all the good questions, all the good sharing of information. Real quick rundown. Okay, quick. Here we go. Tomorrow, Clubhouse. It's the mini buzz. We get to continue with this on Clubhouse. Okay, from 5 to 6. Then in the evening, Mac and Talk, 7 to 8:30. All questions related to your Mac come there. It's an open Q&A, just like this, but we only talk about the Mac. Then Thursday, Egg Extravaganza. It's iBUG's Life, Independent Living Skills, featuring eggs and all things you can do with an egg. So hence the name Egg Extravaganza. Then Friday, we're going to be watching 12 Years a Slave. It's iBUG night at the virtual movies. It is a very intense movie. Yet I think, as all things difficult, it is worth, I think we should all try to be there, and hopefully we will learn something and learn about our history. So that is Friday night at 8 p.m., 7:30 for the social time. And then I believe we are off this weekend. Don't forget about our drawing, $10 for a ticket chance to win $500 Apple cards and $50 to win 6 tickets. 4 6 tickets. And there's no limit to how many tickets you can purchase. If you want to buy more than that, we are definitely open to that. Information about how to purchase tickets is on our website. Okay, I think we are all done for tonight. Thank y'all again, and we will see you back here next week, and it will be May next week. So enjoy the rest of April, and we will see you then. Thank y'all. Good night.
Hey, Sandhya,
Yes.
did we change the date for the cafe?
Not officially yet. It will be
then I'll
soon.
be quiet.
All right. Okay. Yes. Here we go. Goodbye.
Bye,
Oops.
thanks.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Here.
everybody.